Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Life on the Wrist. Hope you're doing well. So today we're going to be discussing a recent release that came from Lange Söhne. It's the Lange Söhne Odysseus. This is just to say it up front, this is not a review of the watch. I do not have the watch. It's just my initial thoughts. So if you are looking for a video where someone has the watch and goes into details of every aspect of the watch and tries it on, this is not the video that you're looking for. So if you are interested in my thoughts, be sure to watch the rest of the video. But I want to say this up front because I've gotten a lot of feedback from people who have watched my videos where I discuss watches that have recently been released, and it seems like a lot of the times they're looking for videos where the individual actually has the watch. So this is not that, this is just my initial thoughts, what I think about it. Do I like it, do I not like it? Kind of give you just some details about the watch and that type of thing. So be sure to listen on if you want to see that. If not, there are probably plenty of videos that are out there where they discuss those watches. I'll put up a bunch of pictures, maybe some videos of the watch. So if you're looking for that type of thing, it'll be on this video as well. So if you are new to the channel, welcome to Life on the Wrist. We discuss videos, we create videos about watches, just about anything you can think of. We really just have a passion for watches. So if you haven't subscribed to our channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. It really does help us out with the YouTube algorithm. So getting into the watch, because that's why you're here. Lange Söhne is obviously a very well-renowned watch company that has created a lot of iconic watches. Just to name one in particular, the Lange Söhne Lange 1 is one of the most iconic watches created by Lange Söhne. And I think what puts them above many other watch companies is their attention to quality. No matter if you're purchasing kind of an entry-level Lange or some of their more eccentric, very complicated pieces, you're going to get the same quality with every single piece that comes out of that manufacturer. So that's something they focus on. And Lange Söhne decided to kind of follow the trend here that has come throughout the past couple years, with people really into stainless steel sports watches. Blue dials have also become extremely popular, kind of like my memo sale. And Lange Söhne decided to take a stab at creating something that had those stylistic elements. So they ended up releasing the Lange Söhne Odysseus. This happened within the last couple weeks. I haven't gotten to make a video about it, but we're making it now. So the watch measures 40.5 millimeters in diameter and 11 millimeters in height. It has a 50-hour power reserve when it's fully wound. And it really does have kind of like a Nautilus, Patek Philippe Nautilus, Audemars Piguet Royal Oak feel to it. But I think it definitely is true to Lange, and I think that kind of goes into the stylistic elements that went into it. The watch is water resistant and has a date function, the day of the week, and a sub-seconds sub-dial, and that is all being run by the automatic movement, the L155.1 Datomatic, which is obviously a Lange movement. The date and the day of the week are located at 3 and 9, which is an interesting choice for them. I think having them on opposite ends of the dial actually creates equal balance within the dial. I think the most important part about watches is the dial, because it's the first thing that you're going to end up looking at. Perhaps with Lange you're going to look at the other side, but they put the date and the day of the week at 3 and 9 to kind of balance the dial out. I have not really seen many watches where that layout is used, so it is kind of uncommon and kind of feels a little bit weird to me when I'm looking at it, but it definitely has a Lange feel, being that it's in this kind of TV screen displays at 3 and 9. The bracelet it looks kind of integrated, but I don't think it actually is. And I think it definitely has that stainless steel sports watch feel to it. It does look like the Nautilus on both sides of it have these little things on the side that kind of remind you of when you are opening a port key. It's the things that you turn and then end up opening it. And it looks like the Odysseus tried to kind of have that feel to it, with kind of like almost like a handlebar on the right and left side, but it isn't fully kind of like a Nautilus knockoff. So it's definitely got those kind of stylistic elements, but isn't full on a straight copy or anything like that. I think Lange is kind of following what's hot. I think obviously stainless steel sports watches, like I said previously, have become extremely popular within the watch collecting community, and I think they were kind of following that. What I do like about this is that Lange didn't sacrifice on the quality element that I discussed earlier. Every single watch that comes out of Lange is going to have extremely high quality to it. You can see that in the finishing of the watch case, but also if you turn it over and look at the automatic movement, you can see absolutely beautiful finishing, which is just the norm. It's basically the norm when it comes to Lange Söhne watches. If you look at the dial, it also kind of looks like it's a little bit textured, which gives it a little bit more depth, and it's an absolutely beautiful dial to look at. Like I said, having the day and the date function at 3 and 9 is a little bit different. I don't think there are many watches that end up doing that. A lot of the times watches have the date at 3 o'clock, but I think it balances the dial nicely, but it's going to take a little bit of time to get used to it. I don't know if it's going to be my first inkling of, if I'm trying to figure out what stainless steel sports watch with a blue dial I want to buy. It might be part of the discussion, but I don't know really which one I would end up buying. This watch is selling for 28,000 euros, so a decent price. I think it's a little bit more than the Nautilus or the Royal Oak, but I think it's definitely unique. If you're looking for something a little bit more unique but has the stylistic elements and the kind of vibe that the Royal Oak or the Nautilus has, this is probably a good choice to consider, especially because it is from a watch company that focuses on quality but also competes when it comes to all the other elements. I personally am a huge fan of Lange. I think one of the watches that I'm looking at is the Lange Söhne Lange 1. So it's nice to see that a German company is coming out with watches that are going to end up competing with watches like the Patek Philippe Nautilus and the Royal Oak from Audemars Piguet. I really wonder kind of where this kind of stainless steel sports watch trend is going to end up going. Obviously, trends kind of come up and then they die, and then come up and they die, but a lot of the times in watches, they kind of live on forever. I'm interested to see if there is going to be some other trend that comes about, not just within stainless steel sports watches, but perhaps something else comes up, or how long this trend really is going to end up happening. I think Lange is going to end up selling these quite quickly. I think it's a unique take on this stainless steel sports watch kind of porthole design that is obviously very well received by watch collectors and watch enthusiasts. With the Gerald Genta styling. If you don't know, Gerald Genta was the individual who assisted in creating these types of watches, and obviously the stylistic elements that he created have become very well received within the watch community. So Lange is obviously kind of just taking advantage of that. I'm sure they're going to sell them very quickly. They'll make a little bit of money, which is exciting. But I actually appreciate the fact, I'm still kind of unsure on how I feel about the dial configuration. I think the sub dial is absolutely beautiful. The finishing on the hands is obviously extremely beautiful, but the day and the date function at 3 and 9 is definitely something different, not something I've seen before. So I think I still need to kind of get used to that, and perhaps it's going to take me a little while to get used to that. It is different. I think from looking at the reception on things like Instagram and YouTube, it seems like it's kind of divided, either you like it or you don't. I think I'm interested to see how it kind of grows on me. The more I look at it, the more I see it on Instagram, perhaps on someone's wrist, it's going to be an interesting take on whether or not I actually end up enjoying it a little bit more than I do a different dial configuration. But it was definitely, I like the fact that Lange decided to take a stab at something completely different, because you can get very bored with the mundane dial layouts and those types of, very simple decisions. So it's definitely true to Lange. The quality is true to Lange. I like the fact that it still has those TV, almost TV like screens where you can read the day and the date. It's true to Lange. I think you're gonna get excellent quality with this watch. It's an exciting release. I think that's the most important part, and the one thing I want to get through in this video. So if you like this video and you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to give us a thumbs up. It really does help us out with the YouTube algorithm. The more likes you guys smash on this video, the more likely other people are going to end up seeing it who are interested in this type of content. So be sure to give it a thumbs up. It really does help us out. Like I said in the beginning of the video, if you are new to Life on the Wrist, we create videos about watches. We also have a store where we sell vintage watches and some modern pieces, so be sure to check that out. We don't have anything in stock right now, but we're hoping to get a few pieces in. I'm super excited about some. I'm still kind of just in the talking stages with them, but I'm very excited to perhaps have them come about. So head over to our website. The link will be in the description. If you like these types of videos, let me know in the comments section. It really does kind of, continue to motivate us, as well as the fact that, that also helps out with the YouTube algorithm, which is kind of the end all be all when you're on YouTube. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one.